When it comes to trash can cleaning, there's a lot of different customers that you're going to service, and there's a lot of small mistakes that you're going to make that either are going to end up with you sued, losing the job, or never getting hired again. After going through the can cleaning process and finding my own initial process, I found a couple different things and a couple of different situations with customers that I should have done completely different, and it ended up screwing me over. Do not miss this video. It's only going to help you save a lot of time and also save a lot of money you could be making. To start off with the first mistake that a lot of you trash can cleaners are making, and I specifically made in the very beginning of my trash can servicing, is whenever you're going to a job, you're not aware of when the customer's trash pickup is, and they might not even tell you because you didn't ask them, and instead of letting them know that you need to only come when the trash is not there, that way you can clean the can and you can leave and it's going to be fresh, you clean the trash can and you put the trash back in the can. First of all, this is a massive mistake. If the customers see something like this, they're going to be disgusted. They're going to say, why did I just pay you all of this money to, one, clean my trash can, take the trash out of the can, and then put it back in, applying that nasty smell again, letting the trash leak all over the clean can, even though it's going to get dirty again. That's not the premise of the entire thing. They just paid you this $20 to $25 for you to come clean their trash can, and you put the trash back in there. Now, if you ever get yourself stuck in a situation like this, you're probably going to have to try to take the bags and bring them somewhere and do a little bit of a trash removal. This is something that you messed up on because you should have cleared it up in the beginning. If you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments from all of your customers for free, then check out QuoteIQ in the App Store and the Google Play Store, or you can try any paid tier right now for just $1 at myquoteiq.com, which is going to be the first link in the comment section and the description. Also, if you sign up for any tier for a year using my link, you're going to get a free coaching call with me. That's why you're going to have to learn your own process whenever you're talking to the customer in the initial space, whenever you're figuring out, okay, this is where they live, this is how much I'm going to quote them, this is how many cans they need cleaned. You need to say, hey, listen, sir, what day is your pickup day? Because you want to clarify what day you're going to come. It should be at the customer's most convenience, but also it's going to have to rely on your schedule. If you're trying to schedule out multiple cans for one day, then you need to make sure it's all based around one day. I even heard from a guy recently that they have a map that you can look up online and find the trash pickup days for all the spaces in your area. But if you don't go out of your way to make something like that available to yourself so that you know, hey, listen, I'm not going to get there and have to clean the customer's trash can and put the dirty, nasty trash back in there, because it ruins the whole product. Once the customer sees it, what are they going to think? Trash. There's nothing else they can think. They can't even see inside of the can where all the cleanness is because the trash bags are sitting in there. Coming in at number 2, the second mistake that a lot of you trash can cleaners are making, I specifically have made many times over, is servicing the customers without proper safety gear. One isn't specifically one that's going to lose you a ton of money, but it's also going to be something that's a little dangerous to you. If you get injured, you're not going to be able to sue the customer because you made the mistake yourself. Some of my students even had a problem with all that backsplash from spraying the chemicals off when they weren't wearing glasses or goggles. So then as they're sweating, now it's going all up in their eyes and they're getting injured. It's also extremely important to wear your mask. That's a part of your safety procedure. You want to wear your mask, you want to wear your gloves, and you want to have goggles. You don't want any of that backsplash from the chemicals especially, or from that nasty trash going into your eyes, going into your mouth, going into your nose. You could end up getting a bacterial infection, all because of that small mistake. You didn't want to wear a couple pieces of equipment that would have been vital to you. You could end your can cleaning career right there with that one last job. Also, not even to mention, if you're having a ton of issues during the job, now you can't even see because the chemicals are going into your eyes, or all that nasty stuff is getting in your eyes and your eyes are kind of getting watery and foggy. Now the customer might see this, and if you have to go home before you finish the job, they're going to say, okay, this guy came here. They're probably not going to pay you, number one. You're definitely not going to get hired back out because now they look at you as you're not a professional. You don't know what you're doing. You're making simple mistakes. And also now your name is in their mouth. Now they could say anything about how you did and your performance at the job to somebody else that could have been a potential customer. And coming in at number 3, this is a very specific one. I went through a situation like this and it was my own mistake personally. And this is something that could end up getting you very sued. Also would have a bad image on your name. If you're going to go to a customer's house and say this customer's trash can was really dirty, but their concrete was extremely fresh, maybe it was freshly bleached or freshly pressure washed, and they don't want to get all that gunk on the concrete, so they ask you to clean it in their grass. Well, first of all, chemicals and grass do not mix very well. If you're going to be using bleach, trust me, you're probably going to be spreading that bleach all over the grass, killing a lot of that grass. So in this situation, I actually didn't use chemicals, and a lot of other ones when I've had to clean in the grass for the customer's sake, I do not use chemicals, and then there's no really problems. It just does make things a little bit harder because it helps get rid of all that gunk on the inside to be able to disinfect it and bleach it and make sure it's not going to come back super soon. But if you're following the exact process that I do show you guys, I'm rinsing it off already with high pressure, then I'm coming back with my foam can and putting soap everywhere, then I'm going to come back and rinse it all off again, and then after I usually do use that chemical treatment, so it does help a lot. So if you have to do a couple more rinses and repeats with that soap, also with the pressure, then you can do something like that. That way you're not going to kill the grass. You're not going to end up in a very garbage situation, because the very last thing you want to have on your record is that a customer sued you during a job because of the performance that you did. Maybe you didn't know that it was going to happen. Maybe you thought that the chemicals are diluted enough, but it is going to become a problem. And if you kill a large patch of their grass, the customer's not going to have you back out, and you're not going to want to hear what they have to say about you after or prior to the job. If you guys want to learn how I've made thousands of dollars with low ticket services like trash can cleaning and mobile detailing, check out the second link in the comment section description. There you're going to gain access to our school community. In the community, we have multiple courses, including my own course on trash can cleaning, as well as the course that I explain how I've got my first $10,000 in clients for completely free. In the community, you're also going to get access to the before and after pictures that I use to land these jobs, as well as an entire community full of like-minded individuals who want to start these low-ticket services. So if you're ready to get started, check out the second link in the comment section description. We're running a special discount for the first couple people that do join, so if you want to lock it in at the cheapest price and get the most value, join today. Another mistake a lot of you trash can cleaners are making, and it's the large reason why you're losing a lot of your money after your initial investment of trying to start these can cleaning businesses, specifically some of these guys that are starting with way too large of an investment. I had a student in my school, and he spent way too much money. This guy's already dropped almost maybe even $1,000 on his can cleaning business, whenever this is a business you should be starting for under $300 to $400, and it does not take that much. You can of course scale over time. You're going to make more money over time, but once your initial investment is so large, now you're trying to play catch up, and initially you want to have your prices ridiculously high, but it doesn't work like that. Can cleaning is a low ticket service, and you're going to make most of your money off of volume of jobs. I'm not saying that it's not possible. There's a lot of different areas. I live in Louisiana, and a lot of the prices I've been able to work around and not have any problems with is about $25 for the first can and $10 to $15 for any additional trash cans after that. There's no excuses for you to be able to upgrade it in a lot of these places, because trying to add additional services doesn't really work. I mean, there's a couple different things maybe you could offer to the customer, but at the end of the day, they don't actually care. They're cool with the limited services that you do offer. It's not even something that I include after I give the pricing. With mobile detailing, it's something that I do because I start to get up there a little bit. Once you start to get to like $200, $300, $400, you want to let the customer know every single service they're getting. That way you can help with the initial sale. But with your can cleaning, you should be closing about 90 to 95% of these jobs or these leads that's coming towards you, because it should be cheap enough. Also, you should be providing easy basic services. That way you can get out of there fast enough, and over time you're going to get like credibility, you're going to make more money, and people are going to know about you. And for the absolute last mistake that a lot of you guys are making, maybe not guys that are watching me, but definitely can cleaners out there, they're starting out by trying to build their dream setup before they've even done a single job. Trust me, trash can cleaning is nasty. Trash can cleaning is not the first thing that I would want to do. If I was starting a business, I would not always choose to be like, oh yeah, I would always go back and I would do trash can cleaning again. Trash can cleaning doesn't pay that well unless you have a large volume of jobs, unless you start to learn your marketing, unless your prices are very good, and unless your process is very fast. You can get in and out, make a lot of money, and know a lot of people. But once you start spending a ridiculous amount, like I said on the mistake right before it, you start to try to catch up on your prices to try to make your money back. Also, like I said at the beginning, you might not even like trash can cleaning. Trash can cleaning is extremely disgusting. When you see a bad trash can, you'll finally understand what I'm telling you, but it's not for everybody. You might clean your first trash can and decide, hey, I hate this. This is not worth my time. This is not worth my money. And you might say, why did I spend all this money on my setup when I didn't even know if I liked it first? These guys, the majority of these guys are actually doing is they're trying to build these ridiculous setups all in the beginning, and they have no idea if they even like trash can cleaning. You're not going to be able to build longevity in a service that you do not like. Say if you started a pressure washing business and you spent all this money, but you never knew how long it actually took to pressure wash. You never knew the labor that it actually takes to go through a pressure washing job. You also never knew about the marketing it takes to land a pressure washing job because it's so high ticket. You probably won't even like it, and if you don't, you just wasted all this time and all this money, and now you're gonna have to work on trying to sell your equipment. And all these can cleaning guys are selling off their rigs because they can't maintain the amount of jobs they need to do. So maybe your problem isn't with how nasty the trash cans are. Maybe your problem is how difficult it is to land can cleaning customers. That's always going to be an issue in a lot of the service businesses they're going to try to start. Some of them you might just not like. I did not like lawn care, but I ended up really liking mobile detailing and kind of trash can cleaning. Just the garbage cans are really dirty, but it's okay.